Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining today's Partner Solutions session titled Earned Non-Dues Revenue While Battling High Prescription Costs. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items for you. This is an express session that will last 20 minutes with 5 to 10 minutes of transition time to allow you to get to the next track beginning at 3 p.m. All attendees are muted throughout this session, but please use the chat if you have comments or questions for today's speakers. We will use the last 5 minutes for our question and answer period, and we'll take as many questions from the chat that we can. And today's session is being recorded and will be available tomorrow on the event site, as we encourage you to share with your colleague who might not have been able to attend. Now I'll hand things over to Alexis LeMaire, Business Development Executive with United Networks of America, and TJ Akey, President and CEO of the Central PA Chamber of Commerce, to get today's presentation started.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. My name is Alexis LeMaire. I am with United Networks of America, Business Development. We administer a prescription discount coupon. We have worked with ACCE for many years and many of their chambers. We offer as I mentioned, a prescription discount card or coupon. It offers up to 80% off on brand and generic medications that are not covered by insurance. The best part is that it's free for not only the chamber, the members, their family, but their employees as well. It's free for you to get started. It's free for them to use the program. There's no applications. There's no eligibility requirements. There's no startup of any kind. You just simply obtain a card in which your members obtain a card through your website or your communications or your business meetings. They take that card or coupon to the pharmacy and they get a discount at point of sale. All medications that are FDA approved and fulfilled at your normal pharmacy is eligible for a discount. We see discounts as high as 80%. Inhalers, prescription weight loss medications, smoke cessation drugs, antibiotics, just to name a few categories that apply. Pet medications, if you fill your pet's medication at a pharmacy, they also get a discount. So a lot of human medications are also pet medications, if you didn't know. So that also falls under a category that would be eligible for a discount with our coupon. What we do with our card or coupon is we market all of our materials customized for your chamber. So we take your logo, your brand, and we apply it to different type of graphics, including a flyer, social media graphic, newsletter article or graphic. The biggest piece would be what we call a card downloader, although it's not really a downloader, it's more like a website tool or widget where your members can access medication pricing, pharmacy locations, and that's how they obtain a card digitally, is right from your website. They can print, text, save, email a card, and the best part is you just kind of add that to your website. And as mentioned, TJ's with us here from Central PA Chamber, and she has a few things that she'd like to mention.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alexis, for letting us speak. A lot of times as chambers, we are brought to a lot of different opportunities and perhaps we're unsure. And this particular partnership has been going on strong since 2015. And it was something that was probably the most simplest thing that we've ever partnered on. And it's been consistent revenue, non-dues revenue since 2015. Actually, a little earlier today when the mail came, our check came this month. So, we get payments is about every month, maybe sometimes every other month, depending on the usage of the card. But it's completely free, and all the promotional materials are provided for you as well. All of the graphics, and it's really another great way to add value, not only to your members' benefits, but also to the general public as well, because you can give these out to individuals within your regions or your cities and so forth, and be seen as a beacon helping them as well with some of the crisis they're following in regards to prescriptions. So we pass this on down to our members. We get our pharmacies involved and make sure they have the cards for their patrons and customers who come in. And as Alexis had touched on, veterinarians, we make sure that those pet stores have these cards as well. So it's just one of the most convenient opportunities that really does give on. And being able to have it on your website, we actually had to do nothing. They gave us all the links and we were able to put it on our website almost instantly. And being able to share that with our members where they can go online and compare prices and put in a couple zip codes in their prescriptions and see all the prices is pretty enlightening for them as well. But I, by all means, we work to educate folks on a regular basis to take advantage of this.
Thank you. So I am going to go share my screen now and kind of touch base on some of these things that we've talked about. There we go. Okay. So as mentioned, it's free for your chamber, it's free for your members, it's free for your members' employees, their family, their friends. We advise making it a public resource from your chamber's website. Just make it available to everyone. However, we know some chambers preferred it to be behind a login screen. Your choice, 100%. You do earn a non-dues revenue share through a rebate sharing agreement. We track that through a designated group number, which would be assigned to you at startup. That designated group number is how we process prescriptions in the pharmacy. The pharmacy uses that group number. They process the discount. We get that utilization on the back end, and then we pay out accordingly. That group number is on all of your material. So anything that has a card image, your group number is on there, so you guys get credit for any type of promotion that you do. Again, no enrollment, no restrictions, no eligibility requirements, no age or income requirements. Anyone can use this coupon. Think of it as a coupon that's available to everyone. But as coupons expire, or they only are used for one time, you can use this repeatedly. It doesn't expire. You lose it, just go back to the chamber's website, get another one, no big deal. So just a little panel of some of the chambers. This is just a sampling of the chambers that we work with. We've worked with ACCE for many years now. Every year we attend this expo and we bring in more chambers. You guys are so awesome. And I continue to thank you for your participation in our program and our partnership. If you want it to go forward, what do we do? How do we get started? What we do is we have a small conversation to answer any questions that you may have, just kind of run through the program, run through the benefits, as we mentioned here, about who can use it and what kind of benefits might they see. The standard marketing procedure starts with us obtaining your brand or logo. I send that off to our graphics team. They come up with a small portfolio of material. We always start off with a flyer that you can send, of course, through your email distribution channels. You can also print that flyer for meetings. We start you off with card images and cards. That website tool that I was mentioning where your members can obtain a card and information all year long. What I would do is add that to your member benefits section of your website and just leave it, let it work itself. It's very easy. We try to do 90% of the legwork on our end, so you guys just have to implement and let it kind of run itself. So any communications that you currently have in place, just let us know what specs you need, what sizes, what format, and our graphics team will get that done for you, and I'll send it over for your approval and your implementation. So yeah, very easy. Like I said, get that stuff implemented as a staple and you never really have to think about it again. And then of course, once we have you set up with your materials, a year goes by and you're like, hey, I have this new communication, I have this new event that's happening, can we customize something? I'll always be here. Someone on our team will always be here to help you and assist you along the way. So you have our full support now and forever. As TJ's mentioned, 2015. So yeah, we're here forever for you guys. This is just a sampling of what some of that material looks like. Our standard card image is on the side, the left side there. The center is what that website page looks like. We send you the code, you add it as a page of your website to your existing website. So it's not like you have an external website that you're linking members out away from your website. You're keeping that foot traffic there on your website. And then the flyer to the right. But like I said, small sampling, sky's the limit as far as communications go. And I think that's probably about it. I see some of the questions here. Can any chamber in any area participate? All US chambers, I know there's some chambers here probably from Canada, but all US chambers would be eligible for this program because all of our contracts are with US pharmacies, if that answers your question.
TJ, there's a question for you. What is your monthly revenue from this program?
Sure. So our monthly revenue, it does fluctuate as prescriptions. Sometimes folks get on, 30 days, 90 days. So probably the lowest is about $25 a month and the highest is probably 50 to 60 a month. So it does fluctuate, but it's been steady. And it is something that we truly invest no time, no resources, no manpower. It's just a check in the mail, on a regular basis.
Thank you. And I also just asked Alexis to put her contact information in the chat for the question, if you could, how do we contact you? So she'll put that in there. Another question, what are typical revenue rates that chambers receive from this program based on the number of users or total cost spent?
So revenue is going to fluctuate per the chamber. So I know that she's mentioned hers. It can go lower, it can go higher. It depends on the chamber. As often as they're putting it out there or trying to generate awareness for their program. And of course, as she's mentioned, some people have 30-day supplies, 90-day supplies. It is based on utilization. So utilization through your group number. So it's not cost spent. It's a very cost-effective program. You can promote this program for no cost at all and do everything digitally or online. If you wanted to do any type of printing of flyers or mailings, of course, there would be your cost there, but we have it set up so there's no initial cost and try to make it very cost friendly and very easy for implementation. But to answer your question, it is based on utilization through that designated group number, which we assign to you when we get you set up with your materials.
And that's why it's key to educate your pharmacies and all those folks as well. We have a particular pharmacy, if someone doesn't even come in with that card because you don't have to register as a user, he keeps it behind the desk. And if they don't have insurance or you can save them money, he will implement the card for them to get their purchase. Then that on the back end gets us some funds.
If someone has insurance already, can they still get the card, Alexis?
Absolutely. So with insurance, there's a lot of gaps in coverage. You have things like health savings accounts. A lot of people have opted for health savings accounts. Particularly if they're not very sickly, they might do something like that. And a lot of times they don't have great pharmaceutical benefits if they have any at all. You also have your Medicare enrollees. Even though Medicare covers a lot of times this time of year, a little bit later in the year, you start seeing people fall in what they call the donut hole, where now they are paying 100% for medications. You also see a lot of non-covered lists. So some of you may get that big packet of information in the mail from your insurance provider at the end of the year that says, hey, by the way, next year we're not covering these medications. That list gets very long. A lot of times our call centers see an influx in calls come January because people are at the pharmacy, they're sticker shocked. Hey, my insurance has covered this medication forever and now they don't. We've got you. A lot of times there are brand name medications or newer medications that aren't covered by insurance. So non-covered medications, and even with the best insurance that money can buy out there, there are still medications not covered by insurance. A lot of times the most popular one that I can think of just by my own personal experience is inhalers. Sometimes a negotiated rate is very high for an inhaler. So even though your insurance covers it, your rate might be $150, $200, and sometimes it's worth asking the pharmacist to run the discount card instead of your insurance just to see if it's cheaper, and sometimes it is. So the pharmacy is very accustomed to trying different options for patients. They'll try manufacturer coupons, discount cards like ours, or your insurance, and they're really looking to find the most cost-effective route for you.
Thank you. That next question kind of relates to what you just said, Alexis. Why do we need to educate our pharmacists? Won't they already know what to do with the card?
They do know what to do with the card. I think TJ is mentioning, I think some people might have pharmacists in their membership. So it might be worth saying, hey, this card benefits your local chamber, which you're a part of. So I think maybe perhaps that's what she was saying. But they absolutely know how to run our card. Yes, coast to coast.
We have a few minutes left before we wrap up today. Just a reminder to put any questions that you might have in the chat feature. We will get to those as they come through.
I might just add during the silence that I know as chamber executives, we come, with a lot of different information and we get hit with a lot of different offers. And I always like to kind of do a little due diligence, if you will. So whenever I'm proposed with something to try, I always go and do my homework. And if anyone wants to reach out, directly or get on our website, centralpachamber.com, and see it all there live in action, I encourage you to do so. And Alexis was spot on with educating the pharmacists. If they don't know about it, they're not going to use it. So we make sure that from big box pharmacies to local mom and pops, that they all are aware of this card and how it can benefit their clients and customers, as well as their local chamber.
Fantastic information. Thank you for that. Alexis, this is for you. I assume we can contact you if we need marketing materials. They are an existing affiliate chamber, but would like to maximize the program.
Absolutely, reach out to me. I think there's also a contact form on our page on here. Thank you, Kate, for sharing my email address. Reach out to me, myself and my team here will help you get either new custom marketing material, help you relaunch whatever it is that you need to do at this point, help you evaluate where you are and where you want to go.
All right, next question is the biggest and best feature savings for the community?
Yeah, savings for the members, their employees, the community in general. I always advise putting it somewhere on your website. We provide you with what we call a button, which is just like a graphic you can add to your homepage somewhere that's easily accessible, and you can promote it as a free resource for the community from the chamber. As mentioned, it's going to be branded with your logo and customized with your logo and colors, so it'll look like something that you guys are providing to the community. The more people that have eyes on it, the more utilization that you will earn.
TJ, how long has your chamber taken advantage of this?
So we've been active since 2015. And like I said, we've not had any break in any of our revenue coming in. It's always been consistent each year. And it's really great when we go over financials in a board meeting and they say, what is this? Because they know that we're not working about it. We're not reporting on it because it just takes care of itself. And you can't say that about many things, especially non-dues revenue.
Fantastic. All right, I think we've gotten to all of the questions in the chat today. I'd like to thank you, Alexis and TJ, for sharing your time and experience with each of us today, as well as thank all of our attendees for joining us. As a reminder, this session was recorded and will be available on the event site tomorrow. And I also encourage you to visit United Network's virtual booth and profile page today for more information. I also, as we close, remind you that our next Partner Solutions track will begin at 3 o'clock. And with that, I'll let Alexis have a quick final word to close out today's session.
Thank you, Kate, and thank you all for joining us. Always been a pleasure to work with ACCE and all their many chambers. You guys have a good rest of your day.